Alright, so again, one take, guys. One take. I'm not going to cut this one up. We're just going to take the start, take the end, and just move it over to YouTube afterward. Got it? One take. What's going on, YouTube? It's your guy, Boy with Face. Today we're going over a quick... Fuck. Alright, 2 takes. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Guy with Face. And today I'm going over a quick... I don't even know what I'm calling this. Decksplanation? Yeah, that's cheesy enough to work. All right, yeah. Decksplanation of one of my BT5 decks that I'm running here for DigimonTCG, which means in 6 months or so, when you guys in the West get BT5, then you'll already know what to build and to beat your friends real fast day one. If you're, in the Asia region, though, you're probably playing this already, so I'd love your thoughts and comments about the deck when I'm done below, because I definitely feel like it's not optimized. And you could definitely do with some optimization here. All right, let's get into it. You guys say hello to the chat. They're really nice people. Chat, say hello to YouTube. Don't be mean now. They'll demonetize us, even though we're not monetized yet. But look at their goddamn it. Yeah, for the first deck explanation, I'm going to be talking about my black deck for BT5, and I'm just going through all the cards, level 2s and level 7s, and let's get into it. The first up is the level 2s. It's all Tsumemons. So, as you probably guessed, this is a black Diaboromon deck. Super simple. You're going to see these cards because they work with Diaboromon, and that's pretty much the only reason that I run these babies. This little fella here gives you plus 2,000 if you have a Digimon of the same name on the field, which means, if you have 2 Diaboromons out, it gets plus 2,000 boost, one of them. And then here, if you have a Digimon that is unknown type, it basically gets draw 1 on attack, so... A little bit of card draw for these guys, and then this guy's just to make your dudes a little bit bigger. He's really there to just round the deck out. If you don't have this guy, don't worry about him. It's not that important. Those are the babies. Let's move on to level 3s. So the first up is going to be... Yeah. So the only vanillas that we're going to be running in the deck are Hagurumon. They're really just there because sometimes you need a way to curve out, and yeah, two memory is just enough. Also just a body on board in case you need one of them. Nothing crazy to say about these guys. Next set, now we're going to get into the actual meat and potatoes of the deck, and that is, yeah, these guys right here. The Keramon. Like pretty much any deck archetype that's out or floating around now in BT5, these guys, on play, they let you search the top 5 cards of your deck for some cards that basically work as combo pieces for the deck. Nothing crazy. They let you get a Tamer. What is it? Arata Sanada? Additionally, they let you get 1 Digimon with a type unknown. So it basically lets you pull 2 for... Just like draw 2 for a 3. Not bad. Body with that as well is good. Next up is going to be the other Keramons. So this deck could support, I believe, 4 different kinds of Keramon, but I'm not going to be running that. But these are the ones that I do have because I think they're the most valuable. I run 3 of the BT2 Keramons who... No regular effect, but on inheritance, they have the effect whenever you play a Digimon with the same name, you draw 1. And then the last level 3 that I'm going to have for this deck, and this is probably going to be a shocker to a lot of people, I run 3 copies of Black Agumon, the blocker. Now, the reason I play this guy here is because my deck is a little bit more control-focused, and I want to just have, like, a couple of shields just in case the early game doesn't go my way. And also, it's nice because he doesn't have the effect where you lose 2 memory on swing, so if you need one more hit to just get through a security, then yeah, he's your guy. All right, so for the level 4s, we're gonna have, was it 4 copies? No, 3 copies. So 3 copies of Chrysalimon. Basically, on Evolve, he lets you put an Arata Sanada Tamer down for free, which is pretty nice. For two, if you have an Arata in hand, you can just play it raw. Remember the Keramon that we got earlier? He lets you pull 1 into your hand. So what you can do is you grab him, and maybe you have him and Arata in hand. You play him, you get Arata at the same time. So it's a pretty nice little combo. Additionally, inheritance. If you have Digimon with the same name on the board, then it basically gets haste when it drops. So yeah, it's kind of good. Moving on, we've got, was it 4? Yeah, 4 copies of the blocker Chrysalimon. This one, I believe, is the promotion one, so... Yeah, just keep in mind, you're not going to find this one digging out of any of the box sets. But it shouldn't be that difficult to get your hands on. Something that you'll find about a lot of my deck builds is that I like to have blockers. In any of my decks, not just this one, you're going to find that I run a little bit more blockers than most folks. And, I mean, depending on how you want to run your, run your deck's game plan or whatever, you can change that up. And then I've got 2 more Crystallimon. These ones don't have an effect themselves, but they do have the inheritance that this Digimon has another Digimon or name with another Digimon. Whenever you play that Digimon with the same name, you get +1 memory. So as soon as you get into your Diaboromons, these effects start stacking. So as soon as you play a Diaboromon with every effect that you're going to get later on, then this builds up really quickly and you start getting free memory. On top of Arata, who already gives you free memory. 2 of those. And then finally, again, I said I run a lot of blockers, and Shademon is indicative of that. He's a blocker who cannot attack. So normally your blockers have the downside is they lose to memory, or you lose to memory whenever they attack. Shademon doesn't have that. He can't attack at all. But if he's checked during security, he drops into the board. And I think that's super, super powerful. Honestly, I might even change this in the future to include more of these guys and less of these guys. Because I think that checking something on security and then having a shield just out of nowhere can save you sometimes. And it did in some of my games previously. So the theme for the level 5s is basically just get as much value as possible. This guy right here, Infelmon, this is the BT5 version. He basically lets you warp Digivolve from a Caramon into him for 4 cost. So you save a little bit of memory if you just go directly into him. And then his on-deletion effect on Inheritance is to summon the Diaboromon token. We're going to talk about these tokens in just a moment, so don't worry about that. The other Infelmon, who I believe is BT2, is that right? Yeah, BT2. Basically, whenever you Digivolve into Diaboromon, he gets 1 cost reduced. So Diaboromon's usually 3 or 4. It becomes a 3 or 2 or 3. So again, just trying to get as much value as possible. And then my last level 5 here is actually going to be Warmonzaimon from BT5. And the only reason I really have him here is because sometimes in Digimon, you've got 3 memory to work with. You're trying to get to a level 6, and you just don't have like the 3 and the 4 piece, on the board to play to Digivolve from. So honestly, I think there's nothing wrong with just dropping a hard 5 and just passing your turn, with the hope that next turn you can just go right into your level 6 directly, right? Next up, anyway, level 6s. This is where the deck starts to get a little wild and crazy. So the first card that I have is going to be the star of the deck, and that is Diaboromon. So basically what this guy does is whenever he drops into the field, so you basically summon a token that has 3,000 and has the same name. Why is that important? That's important because all of our Digimon before have effects where if the Digimon has the same name and is summoned, you get like bonuses, right? So basically here, Caramon, and whenever you play a Digimon with the same name as him, and you draw a card, you've got, from level 4, you've got the Crystallimon right here, who says every time a Digimon with the same name drops as the one that this card is on, gets haste, so it can immediately attack. So you're drawing, you're attacking. And then this guy right here says, if whenever this Digimon is deleted and it has you basically summon a Diaboromon token. And then, so there's a couple different Diaboromon you could use, but the one that I use, and this is why the deck is a little bit more control-y, is the BT2 Diaboromon. So he's a little bit more expensive on Evolve. He's 4 instead of 3, whereas the normal one is just 3. He's 4, but he's got a really, really good effect. So every time he attacks, he summons a token. He summons a Diaboromon token. And then, on both turns, whenever this Digimon will be destroyed by battle, you can destroy one of the tokens or any other Digimon named Diaboromon instead. So what you do is, you drop the boy. Because of homie right here, if he were to die, you drop another boy. He swings, you drop another boy. After you swing, if you're about to die, you kill off your boy, he sticks around, so next turn he can swing again and replace himself. Additionally, if he swings on security and he would be killed, you kill off your boy and he sticks around. So, yeah, he's kind of ignorant. Once you've got, these boys on the field, you can get out like 2 or 3 tokens, and then pretty much that's it. Exactly, Brendan Messiah, you got it. Infinite token works is what we're going for. Now, this deck does run some level 7s as well, and they got introduced in BT5 at the same time. and that is 4 of Amagemon. Amagemon is a really cool effect where, rather than paying his cost to get to him, you know, digivolving him all the way from your Diaboromon, and then you lose this effect to swing and generate tokens, you can destroy a Diaboromon, any Diaboromon you want, and then pay 3 memory and just play him raw. So let me back that up for you. Here's how it works. You can either play him, summon a token, destroy the token, pay 3 memory, play him. He has haste. He can attack immediately. Additionally, all of your opponent's level 7 Digimon don't get their evolve effects. So if your opponent were to use something to take him down, it has to be pretty big, right? Because 15,000 is pretty much reserved for a level 7 Digimon. So even if they do that, they have to first give up their evolution effect to stop him, which I think is really good. So this is one of the reasons that I feel like the control deck is more my cup of tea. I'm forcing you into bad situations where you're losing value, and I'm just generating more and more value off of every single Diaboromon that I get out in the field. And pretty much if this guy sticks around for 2 turns, you lose. So that's all the Digimon. Let's take a look at some of the tamers and options that you're going to be running in this deck. I don't run many options here, but I do run Catastrophe Cannon. So 4-drop, pretty good 4-drop in my opinion. Catastrophe Cannon says de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon 2 levels. And then if you have a Diaboromon on the board, summon a Diaboromon token. In most cases, I think just de-digivolving an opponent's Digimon 2 is enough. If they are level 7 or level 6, they go down to a 4 or a 5, which is fine. If they're a blocker and you have the memory to spend, then basically you get rid of the blocker with Catastrophe Cannon, you summon another token, you can sack off that token for, you know, Amagemon, but it you know, opens up the field for you to swing with something. 3 of those, and then the rest of these cards are actually going to be tamers. So the first tamer that I'm going to talk about is going to be basically good old Sanada Arata. So what he does is whenever you play him, nothing happens. But at the beginning of your turn, if you have a Digimon with what is it, unidentified in its name, he basically gives you +1 memory. So if they have, so that's like any of these guys, pretty much anything from the Keramon line or from the Diaboromon line. Additionally, for some reason, Shademon also has that same type. So the deck, you're basically guaranteed to get at least +1 memory at the beginning of the turn. Again, it's only maximum is +1 memory though. Keep that in mind. But the effects do stack, so you can just like play 2 and be good. Additionally, anytime you digivolve into a Diaboromon, you rest Arata, and you summon another Diaboromon token. And finally, the last set of tamers that I run in this deck, and this is again a design choice, and that is I run some Aiba Takumis. And the reason I do this is because the deck is supposed to be a bit more controlly. What Aiba Takumi does is that anytime a level 3 Digimon would attack, the person who owns that Digimon loses 1 memory. So it disenfranchises level 3 Digimon from just going crazy because they lose value whenever they swing. Additionally, anytime you would digivolve a Digimon, you can tap Takumi, and you draw another card. So 1 time a turn, you can digivolve and then get 2 cards rather than the 1 that you would normally get. And again, I run this just because I'm not trying to get murdered by Rookie Rush decks. And yeah, that's about it. Now I just gotta find a way to cut this shit. That's gonna be the hard part. Thanks for watching. Chat, if you guys want to say anything to YouTube, now is your chance. Also, as you can see, I stream this shit, so get your ass in here. We have a Discord and all that stuff, yeah. I'm trying to find people to play games with, so yeah. If you're down with Digimon, get your ass over here, yo. And that's it. I'm gonna kill this video. That's it. Bye.